The Philippine Education Department plans to boost its mental health programs after a humanitarian aid organization recorded rising cases of bullying in school.
The Philippine Senate holds another hearing on school bullying.
Are Philippine schools the world's bullying capital? Well, based on an international education study, they were.
Bullying isn't just name-calling. It's physical, emotional, and sometimes deadly. For years, schools have been using duct tapes and making a bridge, advocating how serious bullying is, yet no action was done other than a measly suspension. Today, we're diving deep into why this keeps happening and why the current system is failing us. We'll start with your everyday bullying cases that do little to no damage to the victim, causing them to slip within the school's policy, to some of the most messed up and fist-clenching cases that would make you wish you were there to intervene. So viewer discretion is heavily advised. I'm Crazy Top 113 and you are awesome. What is bullying? Bullying on surface is a process of someone hurting, intimidating, and humiliating another individual. Unless that's what trusted sources say. It's not wrong, but it goes farther than that. To put it into perspective, take the 3 forms of harassment I said earlier and do that, but much worse, and more than once a day. And that's exactly what bullying is. A pattern of cruelty, words, threats, and actions that slowly crush someone's spirit until they believe there's no way out. It could be physically, emotionally, or psychologically. No matter the form, the damage is real. Think of it like this. If you tell someone they're ugly, it might sound like you're just joking. But a quote once said, "Hurting someone can be as easy as throwing a rock in a sea without knowing how deep that rock would go." So in surface, that ugly joke you told to someone might not be that big of a deal, but deep inside of them, they're already questioning themselves about what's wrong with their looks. And if you think that's bad, bullying does that more than once a day. 1 in 5 students suffers the wrath of bullies. The most prone to bullying are new students or transferees, and most victims stayed silent. Some are threatened, but some are just afraid that they might get bullied even more by reporting it. And what's scary is that bullying doesn't just happen on the spot. It can also happen online, through the internet, through any social media platforms you can ever think of. And as someone who's been around on the internet for more than 5 years, I'm safe to say I've also been a victim of cyberbullying and other cases where I am the bully. Why is it still around? Now I know you came here not to listen to something that you've already known about throughout your life. You're here to see me rant about how the school's policy can have as much hole as a sponge where bullies can still make its way through no matter what. All schools, public or private, suffers the same infestation of bullies, which is why we are going to talk about how for years no improvements were made. How the system failed us. Bullying isn't just someone hurting someone in a lot of ways. A bully still has a sense of awareness. Just like a robber that hides their identity before committing a heist, a bully can have the manipulative skills to completely turn the tables upside down, especially when no one's around. They can act like victims in the scene, even if it's obvious who the culprit is, to the point the only way to end someone suffering from getting bullied is by ending themselves. Only then will the school acknowledge the true danger of this issue. It takes blood for someone to learn a lesson. All schools suffers the same flaw, and Datamex is no exception to this. Don't even get me started on their punishments. Punishments that feel like it's rewarding to those who see it the other way around. Most bullies, if not, barely even cared about school. And you're telling me you're punishing them by suspension? Mind you, suspension is basically a vacation day to those people who barely care about school. And if you get what I mean, bullies can be one of those types of people. What's the solution? Now here's the hard truth. Bullying isn't something you can just snap away like Thanos. It's a system problem. It lives in silence, in fear, and in schools looking the other way because suspension will fix it. Spoiler alert, it won't. The first step is awareness. Students, teachers, and parents need to recognize bullying for what it is, not just kids being kids. If a student reports bullying, They should feel safe doing so without worrying they'll get targeted even worse. The second step is accountability. Schools need to ditch weak punishments like suspensions that feel more like a mini vacation for bullies. Instead, there should be programs that educate, rehabilitate, and monitor behavior. Think restorative justice, where the bully has to face the harm they've caused and make actual change. The third step is support for victims. Most bullied students stay silent because they feel alone. Schools need accessible counselors, peer support groups, and hotlines that students can reach out to anytime. And it needs to be confidential and stigma-free. And finally, everyone plays a role. Bystanders should speak up, teachers should step in, and parents should pay attention. If everyone takes even a small action, we can slowly break the cycle. Because here's the thing, bullying thrives in silence. But if enough of us speak out, protect each other, and demand better systems, we can make schools a place where students don't just survive, but also thrive.